Akatsuki will deliver judgment. Deliver judgment.
What first? I don't know. First back to tomorrow. Triple play, pussy.
Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a good night. Let me make sure I have that turned. And welcome back to Phoenix Wright. That's right, we're playing Phoenix Wright. Gotta unmute that, doing this song. So last time, if I remember correctly, we found out that what's-his-name, look at me, Luke at me, was, in fact, MaskDeMask. Everyone's surprised. But then someone, apparently murdered, and now we gotta save them. Well, we can't save the person that was murdered, they're already dead. But anyways, hello Reborn, hello Gob, hello OP, and hello Sivia. Hope you're all having a good night. How's it going? Laughs are always in style. I'm sorry to hear that it's been quite the day, but hopefully it wasn't quite the bad day or anything. Not too late. It just started, so you're fine. I don't know if we skipped any major things. I kind of just loaded it up, so... But, I'm glad we found the urn and all. The poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred, but he lost his wallet on the first floor. Caught up in Shokugeki. That's fine. No way, Jose. I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there, it was Mr. Nick himself, at least, from what I can understand. Apparently the CEO of the security company that Mr. Delight worked for was murdered about the time when MaskDeMask was doing his crime. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we start looking into the KB security murder? Things we should be told, but not told. I think I'm gonna head back to Korean Village for a little while, if that's alright. I'm gonna totally ditch this problem, even though I'm the one that found that urn. Sure, but why? I'm gonna bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. I mean, it's obviously fake, right? It says Amy, but the other one says I am. Plus, it's covered in pink paint. That's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some quality time together, full of love and happiness. Shokugeki, that's the cooking anime where everyone explodes whenever they bite into something. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. I don't know, I feel like at this point she's probably numb to it. When your own mom gets caught up in murder, you're probably just gonna be like, eh, whatever, someone died. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. Alright, Maya, what do you got for me? So what do we do now? Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder. First we need to find out exactly where KV's security is located. Why don't we ask Miss Delight? Okay. I was gonna say we should ask Larry, he works there, but I guess Miss Delight is a better option. I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? My paycheck cannot pay for that. I'm not the same little Maya used to be happy with her dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight. Exactly, apple bombs. Make sure to go to the detention center too. Sacred Urn. Must be relieved we got Sacred Urn back, huh? You bet. There's something a little different about it. Doesn't have any cracks on it. The name's spelled wrong. Don't ... question mark at me. Audible dots. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn poster. I have not seen Firefly. Okay. That's what OP just said, was apple bombs. Urn got back says Amy like it always used to. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago when the urn was broken, Repair accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I Am. And that repair was one mechanically unskilled little pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. What? Must fix this. Oh no. It's possible that urn is a fake? I'm sure Pearls will find out. Once she gets back to Kurian Village, who is she gonna talk to? Like, who else is there? Besides her mother, who is now gone, so she's not there. Princess Serenity, or... No, that's a dumb reference, I'm sorry. Guess the people still go to Kurian Village to do the training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo... severe training? Like what? Why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, you know, everyone keeps dying around me. How better to get in touch with spirits than murders? Thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. Channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're gonna train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen. What happened last year still bothering you? You don't need a flashback. You already talked about this. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. The medium used the Kurian technique, she temporarily loses her own will. When an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. Okay. In case the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. Bang! Huh. That murder. It wasn't your fault, Maya. You weren't even involved. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up. That's all. Feel bad about watching cereal stuff. You must avoid all cereal commercials then. Sounds like being the master of Kurian is going to be a heavy responsibility. Something I was thinking about earlier. Because it came up on a commercial that was just on TV in the living room. They still play the Flintstones theme for the cereal, the Fruity Pebbles, but no one knows what the Flintstones is anymore. Like, none of the kids eating that, none of the kids in that commercial, I bet, know what the Flintstones are. They just know, oh, Fruity Pebbles. Those fruity pellet things that look like confetti and taste pretty gross. It's weird. But, you know, at least the Flintstones are living on in some way. Unlike other cartoons like Dexter's Laboratory. It doesn't even have a cereal. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya! Still I. All I want to do is help my dear Ronnie. It's ended up hurting in his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help. Beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. In fact, earlier when he found a fly, he just let it go out the window, even though it was stealing his money. Poke around, see what I can find out. Really, are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. Hello, Phoenix. How's it going? Or Feeny. I'm sorry. Just Feeny. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help. I had no idea Miss Delight had such a vulnerable side. Well, you know, not everyone's neutral to someone really close to them getting convicted for murder. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. Not that hard to imagine just snapping screaming, please die. Wow. He would never say that. Probably. Anyway, Mr. Light might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying he's the thief. I already told you that's just a fantasy for him. Like, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thief type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak in a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. Thief! Ha! The very idea. Guess I just don't get it. I mean, if he's so honest, why does he keep saying... Just can't understand how they're so different, and yet be such a happy couple. You sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. I fell in love with his wallet. I hate the kind of peoples more than anything. Mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so you must mean thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why'd you go to Detective Atmy's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more nervous. She bolted to the office? I thought it was like an hour away. Went there to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real MaskDeMask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. Detective Atmy knew about MaskDeMask more than anyone else. He mentioned him on the Great People of the Town segment on TV. Went there to ask him some questions, even though he was at the trial? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His security said the ace detective isn't here right now, because he was on trial. But I forced my way past her into his hideout. Exactly call that office of his a hideout. But then again, I wouldn't call this room a hideout, but it clearly is. That bag was sitting right there on the top of the table, and the girl didn't stop me from stealing it. Now I'm the thief. I'm MaskDeMask. Found that bag yesterday, too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Yeah, he said he's MaskDeMask, but he's not a liar. So, is he actually MaskDeMask? In at least one scenario? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. Right? It's like he was there. He was a witness. He was like one of the first witnesses, wasn't he? It was the scruffy detective and then that guy. He believes it, he's not a liar. I mean, I guess. He's lying to himself, but... thinks he still works there, huh? Oh, that's right. According to what we heard today, he still does work there. Come on, don't tell me you didn't know it. Ron Delight was once an employee of CAB Security. He was a professional security guard. But he quit. He doesn't work there anymore. Just like Miss Delight doesn't know. CAB Security is only 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is. It takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. Are you sure you aren't literally flying? Wow. Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass. Thanks. We got like 2 people here anyways. Why don't you just tell me where it is and we'll go ourselves? Does Phoenix have a car? Has it been said yet that he goes around in car or not? What a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Delight told us about the location of KV security. Let's over there right away, Nick, after I get this last thing. He does not drive. Okay, so he just walks everywhere. Maybe that's why he's so buff. He just walks everywhere and lifts everything on his own. Like this whole thing where it's like, no, this is a void of like evidence. No, he's just carrying all that on his bike, or on his back. Just thinking about motorcycles, you know? Except for the stuff he obviously can't carry, like a picture of this thing. Really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight. Oh, he does have a bike. That's good. I hope it has a two-seater for Maya. Maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. That's beautiful. Saved your life. I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball into a corner, so I fought back. I swung my motorcycle at them. Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened, I thought they were going to hurt my motorcycle. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down to tears. I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Mr. Delight come in running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it, he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. Like, oh no. This walking human cinnamon bun is attacking us. The high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger. All by himself. He was so scared he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. Had nothing to do with the giant wallet. So romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. You were already taken hostage. With Maya, that possibility always seemed to loom in not so distant future. Yeah? She's already been taken hostage once. I want to see if she knows anything about this. Do you know about this? Oh, is that the letter addressed to my Ronnie? Sorry, but I hate it when people poke their nose into other people's business. Looks like Miss Delight doesn't know about it. Which means she has no idea that her husband was being blackmailed. Well, now we know where the KP security is. Well, first, let's go over here. Let's go talk to Mr. Delight. I already told you, it's not me! A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was a thief, now they get a murder case on their hands. Everyone's surprised. Also, there's something I forgot to check real quick. Okay. Glad to see that my joke got put into the title. Mostly uses cabs. Not what I expected, considering he doesn't really seem to get paid a lot. Guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge, too. That guard is always on edge. He is made of edge. That's why he never moves. If he moves, he'll destroy the door. Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick. Guess I'll go down the list. Well, never mind. Down the list is right where I started. Go to @me. So where is @me? Purpose MP. Okay. I don't think he gets paid much there. This place is literally crawling with cops. What do you expect now that they know he's actually MaskDeMask? Must be incredibly embarrassing for them, don't you think? Yeah, I guess they're trying to make up for it by tearing the place apart. Hey, I just noticed. Gumshoe was nowhere to be seen. Whoa. He is a homicide detective. He's probably working on the murder case. That makes sense, but he's also the only detective. Murder case is a lot more exciting, isn't it? He'd say something like, nothing like a good murder case, pal. Points for quality of the impression. I'm not sure Gumshoe has bloodlust, Maya. Maybe. Again, what? What'd I do? Main exposition hall. Let's see what Adrian's up to. Treasure of Curion exhibit is all ruined now. I'm sorry, it's just so sad. It was our big chance for everyone to learn about our spirit channeling. You know, never mind the fact that we have probably video evidence of Pearls turning into a 20-year-old. Maybe I can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the Sacred Urn back, maybe they can reopen it. Really? Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of MaskDeMask Desires. That'll probably attract a lot of attention. Whoa. Whoa, 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 that's actually a good idea. I don't know, how old is she? Doesn't say. He is older than that. Yeah, it just says passed away 2 years ago. Age deceased. That's a good estimate of age, I guess. I'd probably go check the first game if I wanted to see her actual age, huh? But she was already... Yeah, I guess she's probably like 32. Well, she looks great. Or she did look great. We can clean it up and be filthy rich. Woohoo! Wow, that was surprisingly easy. So no Adrian, huh? The basement. Was that computer always tilted that way? Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Andrews, what is she still doing hanging? She works here, Phoenix. So how's it going? You got the Sacred Urn? Urn? Oh, that. It's been taken care of already. What do you mean, oh, that? Just talked about it. Taken care of? You mean it's been found? At this point, she'd be 29, really. Only 3 years older than Phoenix? And Phoenix is 26, which means they met when he was 24. Or wait, no, they met when he was like 20... No, wait, that was 5 years ago. Look, I don't know. They probably had his age there, and I probably read it. But I don't remember what it was. Brought during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Miss Wright. Mr. Wright. Not Miss Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it. It was MaskDeMask's wife that found it. Well, anyway. I am so relieved. The mask's identity. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along. Looks that way right now. It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring DeMask to guard treasures. Don't blame yourself, you're just doing your job. She'd be 30? That makes a little bit more sense. Hey Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So when you should hire the detective at me again? About 20 days ago. Was it that MaskDeMask calling card arrived? That was about 10 days ago. You sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard. Guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the Sacred Urn after all. I guess so? I don't know, he doesn't seem like the type that would go after a broken urn. What? So MaskDeMask murdered someone as well? How things look right now. Yes, but I thought he was stealing the urn at the time. Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible. He was probably a ninja, knew the Kagebunch no Jutsu. Also, hello Mario-Kamon. Welcome to stream. Hope you're having a good night. And he was 21. Yeah, I guess that fits, math. "21 Feeny." So I guess that means... That says 2 years ago. Passed away 2 years ago in this one. But that could have been, like, birthday was last month? I don't know. Unless there's another time skip. Court record says, too. Typo. I'd be willing to believe that. Wow, wait. This is my 3rd year as a young but skilled lawyer. It does say this is his 3rd year, and she died as his first case. These things don't add up. These things don't add up. Well, whatever. Let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I've never even caught a glimpse of him, let alone that giant nose that's totally not sticking out of the edge of the box. Claims that way he always operated. That's just what he said so he can have an alibi when he commits the thefts himself. He's caught on the crime scene photo dressed up as MaskDeMask pretty well. Look, I'm not a math, so glad you got the secret urn back. There's still something that bothers me about it. What is it? Not exactly sure, except all these things that are different about it. Somehow the urn that came back seems different. Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything, but why would I? Did she replace the urn with a different one? Oh, she totally replaced the urn with a different one. What do you think this means, Nick? The person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews, who should totally just tell us the truth. I feel like we deserve to know. It's kind of our urn, but whatever. Well, it's not Phoenix's urn, it's Maya's urn. Camera and computer that Detective Atme set up, huh? That's what he said. Yet he still let it take a picture of him. Guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be. What, have to think and do math? Exactly. Camera that belonged to Lordly Taylor, so he knew it couldn't tamper with it. Why would MaskDeMask, allow that to happen? To set up the alibi for the thing, obviously. I mean, like it's been dry for several days. Something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly and shocking pink. I don't see how the color of the paint is in any way important. Never mind the fact that the urn is covered in pink paint. And also I don't have it anymore, so that's kind of weird. Yeah, it was right next to the door, wasn't it? Now if someone moved it, it was probably MaskDeMask. Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Amy. He stole the urn. Oh really? That's interesting. I wasn't sure if we would keep going with the series after this beginning trilogy was over, but that's food for thought for later. Anyways, I'll come back to you. I don't know enough about what's going on here to break that psych lock. Wow, we're just going straight to the CEO's office, huh? Not even going to the front gate to talk to Larry. How'd we get in here? So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? Walls here look pretty thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO's office. What does that got to do with anything? Hey, you guys. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Could have sworn that was yesterday, though. Anyway, sure was, pal. Prosecutor made real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Wow, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like, oh, that was great, pal. You guys got what you deserve, pal. Ho, ho, ho. Or something to that effect. I guess that's true. I don't really have a reason to stop. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? The gumshoe fits. Well, anyway. The point is, I can tell when someone puts their heart into their job, pal. I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes, I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. What? That was a little floodfest is over. Maybe we start investigating. I do own a new 3DS. If I can figure out how to get that to work, I don't see why I couldn't. But if not, I can probably try to figure out the other stuff. Because, I mean, I can still stream regular DS games. So. Anyways, let's talk, Gumshoe. How's it going, man? I don't like the looks of that button in the background. That just screams self-destruct button. AJ? Never heard of that one. I did hear there were Edgeworth games, but I don't know what they're about. Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay, pal. Thing is, I'm really not supposed to. You know, because on account of you being the defense and all, and the fact that you need this information and all, So, you know, come on, pal. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now. We need help. Okay, I'll tell you. Don't start crying on me, okay, pal? I just cleaned this jacket. Oh, Apollo Justice. Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. They're probably about Edgeworth, but I mean, I don't know if they're like prosecutor games. That would be interesting to be on the other side of the desk. Victim's name is Kane Bullard. You know, the owner of this KB Security. Kind of his name and everything. He was the CEO of KB Security, pretty big fella in his own right. Corpse was discovered at 9 in the morning. Estimated time of death was 1 in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death with a blunt force trauma to the head, probably on an object in his room. Exactly the same time MaskDeMask was stealing the urn, huh? Thanks for the autopsy report. I think that might be the first time we've gotten one like right on time. Hopefully it won't be changed again like Edgeworth's darn thing. Why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. Bullard's body was stashed inside the safe. Safe? Well, it's pretty big. And closed for some reason. Nobody had heard it from. And when they opened the safe this morning, out it came. Why'd they open the safe? I don't know. Oh, so the body fell out. That white string must be the shape from when he fell out. And then they closed the door on him? That's weird. We need more about information about Mr. Billiard. Did she say it wrong? Oh, it's Bullard, not Billiard. Start by getting his man's name right. Open the safe because we wanted to rob him. They're the murderers, whoever opened that safe. What happened to MaskDeMask? He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling. Oh, no, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Oh, that's Detective Gumshoe, detective I know and love. Think about it. Hammy was always around when the calling cards show up. Always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. The lamest thing I ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. We'll explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he kept bragging about. Yeah, he did that just to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. There's one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the tear of Emanon or whatever. There was a witness on that one. Witness? Hope it's not who I immediately think it's going to be. But I was wrong about that last time, so... Here, save the newspaper clipping. The thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Even though this is already, you know, public information, pal. Guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? Pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now I know, now that she mentions it. Is this someone we've seen before? Now I want an actual, like, good picture of them. Nope, that's the wrong one. Precious gem, tear of Emanon, priceless. Well, it's definitely not who I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be the old lady again. But I was wrong about that last time too, so... I don't recognize it. Prosecutor Godo. Oh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. Wow. OP might hate Maya now. Yeah, Oldbag. That was her name. Wendy Oldbag. Arrest him. I don't think she's in this one, so that's a good sign. It's a good thumbs up sign. We used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. Yeah, I think it did that away just because he knew it hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway, pal. Who's that Java-addicted mass maniac anyway? Prosecutor Godo? Quite the enigma, huh? Thing is, pal, never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office. Came out of nowhere. This was his first case as a prosecutor. But didn't Look At Me say he was really famous? And it's true, according to what the records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in the court. Maverick that gave me goosebumps. Goosebumps, you? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around, pal. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way. Was he? That does fit his character, I guess. Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular. No, that's not what I meant. I mean, I am unpopular. But Crocodile acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Who could ever hate Phoenix Wright? Except Edgeworth, and Larry, and Von Karma, and Von Karma's daughter, Von Karma. And that one guy who he put in jail, and then that other guy who he put in jail. And then that pink girl he put in jail? Yeah, I guess they have a lot of reasons to hate Phoenix. Okay, let's look at this, obviously. This rope. I think it fell out of the safe when it was... Oh. I don't think so. So you mean... Yeah, I think the string shows where and how the corpse was laying. You mean the victim? He was killed by being crushed in the safe door? His ex-girlfriend? Yeah, I guess she would hate him too. Then, I don't know. That's a whole can of worms I'm not really willing to look at anymore. Although I'm sure it's gonna come up later. They wouldn't put it in the beginning of the game otherwise. Alright, what's this button do? There's a button here. Let's see. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, activated self-destruct sequence. I knew it. Hey, cut that out. Don't press that. That was pretty funny. Your Detective Gumshoe could jump like that. What's this button anyway? It's an emergency buzzer. It says right here on the panel. Sorry, I can't read. That would make sense. I bet if Phoenix messed with his coffee in the past, that would definitely make him really mad. Oh, you're right. It's written right here. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? The alarm's connected to the basement guard room. Use to summon security up here. Speaking of which, you might want to tell them that it was a false alarm. When the CEO was attacked, do you think maybe he pressed the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. Said no way, pal. Buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bowler, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way. Just so you know. Talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer, but it's gonna be Larry. He works here, right? What about this? Check out this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. I can lift at least 10 carats. Your file isn't exactly backbreaking work, just a little hard in the eyes. What'd you find out, Nick? This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. Your file's all about MaskDeMask. It's filled with info on him. What kind of info? Filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and his crime scenes. Hey Nick, look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see. Tier of Hemanon, $100,000. Looks like a list of all the treasure MaskDeMask stole. If Larry killed every boss, like, if he killed every boss he ever had because he was afraid of losing his job, I feel like he would have got caught a lot sooner by now, since he's gone through like 3 jobs now. So, I don't think Larry did it. 100,000 is the value of the stolen item? I don't know. Number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Secretly. In front of Gumshoe and everything. And probably a camera in here too. What's this? Some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. That's pretty cool. I can't get between these 2 shelves. Don't strain yourself dry. Looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. Just one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files filed with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. Larry does have a good lawyer, though. We can't pin it on him. We're looking for the truth. If it's not the truth, we're not interested. Hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something. Gonna be that painting from earlier. That'd be a good callback. Look at that huge frame photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark, cloudy sky. Title written on the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? It's so dark. This guy did not get out enough, or he had a really rotten luck with the weather. If he'd lived a little longer, he would have seen some better... You don't even know if the guy is dead. I'm pretty sure this guy didn't remember all that. Maybe. You, think about it. Dead guy was laying in there all night. Probably smells. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't bother asking about the fingerprints. There were none. Somebody opened the safe on the night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so? Well, Mr. Bullard thought he was hiding in there. Must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Or the people that found him. Yeah, I guess so. Oh ho ho! I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Bang! Open this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. And yet someone was here, you know, checking for the corpse and everything. Everyone that knows how to open the safe had an airtight alibis, I checked. Everyone except one, that is. No one was afraid to ask. Former security chief, Ron DeLight. Ron DeLight? He was the security chief? Well, he knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. Yeah, I did ask him not to do that thing, and then he ended up doing it anyways. So, you know, he doesn't get any more favors from me, but I'm not gonna convict him of murder. That's something that I would have thought. Kinda looks like Phoenix's desk, but it also looks really fancy. Super soft chair. Let me try it out just for a second. Oh, nice. Feels just like a CEO. Hey, you! Put me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it! Ah, this is the life. Victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Way to derail the conversation. Gumshoe. Oh wait, I should probably ask him about some of these things. Let's see. What do you know about Ron's wallet? It was proof that Ron DeLight was there at the crime scene when the murder happened. Oh yeah, that's probably a bad thing to reveal, huh? Wallet and the keycard, so the keycard gets the same thing. So we need to ask DeLight about those. How about this? About this blackmail letter? Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it too, pal. Why would Kane Bullard have been blackmailing Ron DeLight anyway? Mr. DeLight used to work at KB Security, right? What was it that made him quit? Maybe that's the same reason he's being blackmailed. Well, I'm in the middle of investigating that right now. Oh, alright. Okay, anything else I have that really sticks out? I think so. Let's go down to talk to Larry. Yep, that's Larry, alright. There's his jacket. Wow, it's really something else. Like someone's living here. Security guard office doesn't feel very secure. Security guard, oh, I just remembered. Larry might be... Hey, Nick, what's up? So he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? Got my sweet little Maya with you, too. Hi, Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone, tapping away and watching my Japanese anime, and the wall, and then walks an angel. Got no problem with daytime dates, all good. It's not what we're here for. Investigating the Bullard murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that guy died, my boss. You're a lawyer, aren't you? So hopelessly clueless. That's about the murder case. Boy, have I got some good info for you. What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But you, Nick, different story. He's gonna say that. Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies. That was then, this is now. Glad to see you're the best friend anyone could ask for. What's this? Written on the poster in fine print. Guards 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. 1. Obey thy superior. 2. Respect thy superior. 3. Smile at thy superior. 4. Salute thy superior. 5. Buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed Wendy Oldbag, head supervisor, so she isn't. One tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross with her and you'll come face to face with a real genuine ray gun. Sounds scary, alright. Unfortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm relaxed right now. Oh good, so she's not here. Stop giving me a thumbs up. Hey Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Do you know you hung around top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I was told never ever touch that lever. She's scowled enough at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, Greenhorn? Why hang your jacket on such an important lever? Apparently, yeah, she just took the ray gun with her. Because it got me curious. Jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't a suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen, huh? It's true, it's killing me, too. What about you, Nick? I'm pretty sure it killed Mr. Bullard. Yeah, but for a different reason. Okay. Those screens there show what's going on all over the building. Everywhere. My job to keep a steady eye on them, all of them. I feel like I probably should give him a different voice, but I wouldn't know how to do that. Wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. You watch these on regular TV too? If he wants to sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry. Hey Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on. How do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you're thinking. It was professional investigation, alright? What about these cookies? That's my partner's seat. Your partner? Okay, that's surprising. Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of a weird old lady. I thought she was on vacation. Tea spilled all over the machine, you know. Ah, don't worry about it. Just another day, I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. Still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, you know, I guess. I thought she was on vacation. Why are there tea and cookies here? Okay, whatever. What's this? Take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry. What are they? Did you say, Hey, man. It's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. Oh, I thought they were just kind of some kind of decoration or something. Oh boy. How'd this guy ever get a job here anyway? That does raise a good question, but I guess he's not the professional security they were said to have been hiring. Alright, guess we'll talk to him now. Good info. What do you got for me? What is this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free. It's gonna cost you at least 14 cookies. What's a bribe? I thought professionals were, I don't know, more honest. Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kitten got some claws. Okay, you really want to know? Yes, so tell me. Okay, the thing is, Ron DeLite was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro, I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Ron DeLite was fired. There was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. It was a small company, but I think it was pretty awful. Guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like maybe skipping out on work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. So what is it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by alright, I guess. Drinking chocolate milk, spilling chocolate milk. The works. Had to keep up my eye on these monitors all the time. Monitors? You mean like you're not doing right now? These security cameras set up each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh. If I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? Security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in business. I'm not an amateur either, so it's something small. I don't bother calling them. In other words, you basically watch TV on screens all day long. So you just said he... Well, I guess we haven't investigated that yet. You were in the office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? It's just a part-time job for me, and I can't operate the equipment. And I'm dumb. Even as part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security. Wow. Hey, give me a break. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? Oh, he totally wasn't here, was he? Oh no, I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, that was when, this is now, okay? Psych lock after all. I got 2 psych locks to deal with, huh? And I don't know if I have anything for him, so I'm gonna be right back. Let's go see if what's-his-name is out yet. I would assume so, Gob, but you never know with these kind of games. They'll probably be like, no, it was disabled for that one. Okay, nothing here. Where's the detention center? I can not see that. There it is. There we go. He's not in yet. Okay, so we have everything we need, I assume. You're familiar with Larry. Let's see. Oh wait, I need to press present. That's right. Larry. Oh, this guy who delivered Ronnie's wallet. He's got some issues, doesn't he? Huh? Let's just say his flirting style's pretty obvious. Pretty stale, too, actually. Pretty sad when the only thing you remember about a man is his lame pickup lines. Or said man probably believes in those like they're his lifelines. Wow. Looks like he blew it again, huh? Okay, so... nothing super cool there. Let's see if she knows anything about Kane. Was Ron's boss. Oh, I know him. This is Ronnie's boss, the CEO guy. Now he's an Xbox. Someone killed him last night. Naturally, I know that. He was a pretty sly man, let me tell you. Oh, really? You bet he was. He made Ronnie chief of one of the security teams. But that was just so he could work him like a slave. Mr. Delight ever have a problem with Mr. Bullard himself? Even if he did, you think she'd ever tell you about it? Well, Ronnie isn't the type to complain about that kind of thing. I tried to get him to talk to me about work, but he never would. Interesting. Okay, let's go to... oh, darn it. Give me all the options, please. You can lower the size of the boxes. Darn it. There we go. Got like 20 places to go explore. There's supposed to be car wheels, apparently. Which is pretty weird. Anyways, let's go try this psych lock.
Take that!
I know it's based on location, but I can't remember that. The Sacred Urn. You know how anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn was submitted before the court that day. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake. A fake? You're not the one who said it wasn't the same. Or you're the one that said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Any evidence that the urn spin at the trial was genuine? Do we have any information on that? I don't know how we would get proof of that, but... let's check this real quick. I guess not. Don't think I have enough evidence yet. Probably need to go talk to... I'll probably need to investigate Look At Me's place, huh? That's where it was found. But there's no one there, so I guess I'll go to the CEO's office. Try out Larry real quick. It would help if I actually had like a picture of the urn or something, but Pearls took it. Security room. Alright, you're probably an easy one. Ba-boom. The night of the crime. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Uh-oh, of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? You sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Miss Delight? Ah, well, but that was that. And this is this. Any chance that you snuck out of work last night, too? Never. I didn't sneak out. I tell you what, I'll bet you $1. Do you even have $1? Now that's confidence. What's that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Any evidence that I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain? I mean, I guess the wallet. I guess the wallet. If I take a hit here, that'll be embarrassing, huh? This wallet. You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar, you hand-delivered this wallet to Miss Delight just yesterday. Give me a break. Can't expect you to remember every little thing that happens. Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet? I guess it was around 1 a.m. in the morning on the first floor of a company building. 1 o'clock in the morning. That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Don't cry at me. Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. Murderer might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? The murderer had snuck in before 10 p.m. Wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. I have the feeling he still doesn't get the seriousness of this. Listen up, Larry. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift. I guess the key card, yeah. Does it leave a record? You know, the thing you told me about? Yeah, it does. But I can't show a record to just anyone, you know. Keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Boy, does that sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyways, according to the data, the door of the CEO's office will open with his card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m., time of the murder. No way. Someone used this to get into the CEO's office. Right in the middle of your shift. Oh, that's not good. Can't duck your responsibility this time. Gyar, no. I don't do these long words. I'm sorry for that. I'm not feeling too up to voice acting, apparently. I healed! Glad that breaking my friend's spirit restores my health. Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry, there was nothing I could do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. Like finding a girlfriend for the 50th time. Hopefully one that won't convict me for murder. My Donna happened. Huh? Your Donna? Got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. I went to her and he was standing right there next to her. Her new boyfriend. Some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy socked me in the kisser. Normally, I'm the one that does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So that's why you left the security guard office. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How could you ever make it up for it, Nick? What can I do? What? What? You do your job. Curled up on the floor crying like a baby. Wow. Nick! Is there anything I can do? Anything. Just name it. I'll do whatever I have to make up for it. I swear I will. Larry. Nick, as long as he's offering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? Maybe let's get at least one bit of useful information from him. Nick. Okay, well. Show him everything important here. See, but buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right. Like my heart's connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. Promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks, I tried. Think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Tell us. Okay. I guess so. Prepare to be wowed. Wait, was that it? Okay. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh? You're security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? This is the 3rd floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the 1st floor. That would be a pretty good idea to adopt a wait-and-see approach. Wow. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. If he's trying to win an award for the laziest person in the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Maybe the buzzer didn't go off that night. Must have been a record, right? Must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did. And I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. You could take just one more look for me, pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? You're probably right. I don't think even Larry can make a mistake like that. Oh, he made a mistake like that. What's wrong? I made a mistake! But how? It can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once in the morning, around 1 a.m. 1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. Okay. Yeah, you better be sweating. As far as they're not going to convict this guy, at the very least, I'm sure he's going to get fired. I would be surprised if he did not get fired after this. What else would he know about? I wish we had the safe in here. I'd like to talk about that. What about this? I think you know how much I want to help you guys, but I really don't know what to do to say about that. What is it, Nick? It's just that he seems so, I don't know, pleasant. Is that really that surprising? I guess it would be. The wallet. Ah, that's the wallet I found. I totally didn't just deny that a second ago. You found it when you snuck out of work to get socked in the kisser, right? You didn't sneak out of work to get socked in the kisser. If only I'd been more responsible at work. I might have spotted the murderer on the monitor like I was supposed to. Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you? Yeah, well, not that bad. Maybe it's all for the best. I think it's brought Desi and I closer together. Just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. And that silver lining is married, you know. Gotta see the old water glass is half full, am I right? Well, he's starting to sound like Larry, I know. Don't forget, Nick, half full. Card used by the culprit that night. Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. The card was used to open the CEO's office door at 1 in the morning. Client had this card, right? It's no brainer. He's the killer, man. Or anyone else could use that card. Not. That's a no-brainer too. What do you know about this? Okay, so he doesn't know anything about that. He probably doesn't know about anything DeMask related. What about this? Okay, what about Ron? I'm really sorry, Nick. I swear I want to change my ways. But the thing is, I just don't have any interest in men. He gets his mind out of the gutter. Larry's your stereotypical guy, alright? Your stereotypical guy was also a huge jerk. CEO of our company. I'm pretty interested in this guy. He's a pretty good guy. Huh, really? Yeah, you bet. You know how I'm not very good about working hard, right? Yeah. Kinda noticed. Well, guess what the boss said to me about that? I don't expect much work from you, Larry. In return, just don't expect much pay. Let's see. Guess he had to follow some kind of dumb law by having security here in the building. For to pay the lowest wage possible, he went to the bottom of the barrel. To be honest, I really looked up to the boss. You know, on the cameras, except for that one time. If I ever grow up to be a CEO, I want to be just like him. And don't worry, Nick. I promise I'll hire you for security. I'm a lawyer. But whatever. Guess we can talk to this guy about this. Detective Gumshoe, about this right here. Sorry, pal. Sorry to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. I got 2 ears and 2 eyes. Well, I got 1 brain. What are your eyes and ears? The jury is still out on the breathing. Wow, harsh. Hey, Nick, if you have something to say, just come out and say it. Especially if it's gonna be that harsh. So mean. He's trying his best, Nick. Okay, so let's go to the detention center, I think. I'm sure that's probably gonna trigger something now that we've talked to Larry. Or the Atme Detective Agency. Nope. Never mind. Even though it's full of guards, it's empty where it matters. Darn it, I went the wrong place. Nope, nothing. Hmm. Does that mean I have... Why did I go back to the same place, darn it? Pass the Saspar exam? The sound keeps doing the thing, by the way. I don't know specifically what thing you're talking about, but I can probably assume. I'm not hearing anything on my end, so it's definitely just the microphone. So, I apologize. I don't know how to fix that. Unless I update the drivers, but every time I do, it just says, no, they're up to date. Well. See if plugging it back in fixed anything. I doubt it did, but you never know. It probably isn't the headset alone. I'll probably try to update drivers or whatever after we're done here. Where am I going? Main exposition hall. Talk to what's her name again. Apparently we have what we need here, or I'm missing some major data. But there's no one else around I can really talk to for more information. As far as I know. So, basement warehouse. Let me examine a few things around here. We are around this area after all. Pathetic looking wooden box. Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it. Maybe clues on the thief's identity on it. You worked so hard to make that box. Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? Even though we already discussed this yesterday. Or today? I don't know what time frame we're at now. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd been better if MaskDeMask had taken the box, too. Well, whatever. Take that. We've already been through this one. Sacred urn. Any evidence that the urn submitted at the trial was genuine? I don't know if we actually do is the issue. This is the only one I can think of. Wait. Maybe... No. I was gonna say maybe this thing says it's one of a kind, but... Well, we'll get healed if we make her suffer anyway, so I guess it's fine if I mess up a couple times. Nope, that wasn't it. Well, Miss Andrews, see, look, it was a fake after all. Huh? I mean, your evidence is fake too, as I expected. This isn't going to help me much. Ow. Whoa, what? That's not what I pressed at all. There we go. Have I convinced you, or do you have any evidence? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know, I feel like we don't have it. Maybe something that says this is fake. Should I just go back there and be like, oh, there's an urn in there. Well, I got new stuff so I can present it to other people. See if Larry says anything about the mistake he made. Buzzer record? You guys have really made me reflect on the way I've been living. But the only problem is, with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? Frankly, I think reflecting is a bit overrated. What are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new information on the buzzer record? Huh? The record? No, nothing at all. Reflects about as much as a piece of black carpeting. Wow. Harsh. Probably need to find pearls, or get pearls back, and then she'll be like, no, this urn's fake. But... okay, well, what do you know about this, Gumshoe? So about this... huh? What's that, pal? Hey, wait a minute, Maya. What's wrong? We copied the data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us. So, what are you two whispering about, pal? Oh, it's nothing, just my billfold. That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now I really want you to show it to me. I'm interested in seeing what secret anime things you're watching. I mean, never mind, pal. Keep it to yourself. Talk about Ron. Kinda feel sorry for him, you know? Kind of a sad young guy. Yeah, he seems to have a habit of always getting arrested prematurely. Well, just my personal opinion, but I think the police should have investigated the whole thing more carefully. You know, like me. Weren't you the one with the giant goofy face? Wait, were you the one that arrested him with a giant goofy smile on your face? I read like 15 words ahead there. Don't have time to start with that. Let's just leave it alone. What do you know about Larry? Detective Gumshoe, what about this person? Sorry, pal. To be honest, my head is so full right now, it feels like it's gonna burst. Definitely can't handle any Larrys in there. Keep hair away from Gumshoe's head. What? My lawyer academia? It'd be great if they had a quirk character that just was a lawyer. That's their quirk, is that they are a lawyer. And they can bring out the truth in any situation. He only has 3, so I feel like we are missing something here. Let's see... camera data? Even the photo taken by a security camera is missing his brooch. Yep. Thing is, there's no evidence that the photo was tampered with. It was definitely taken around 12:58 a.m. And the tables of the trials today with the mystery of this missing brooch. I wonder if there's something more to this missing piece of costume jewelry. Well, where was the brooch found? Darn it. Okay, what about the newspaper clipping? It was Bert Dice, and I guess he underestimated him. I was sure I was gonna get him, so I was careless and lost the info on the witness. You mean the guard in this photo? Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching MaskDeMask. He got away, huh? That guard. Got the weird feeling I've seen him around lately. Is it Ron? The only guard I can think of, other than Larry, but he just got the job, so... Plus, he wouldn't be out there helping. He'd be sitting in the van. What do you think about this? Still got no idea why MaskDeMask would go after a broken old pot like... I mean, this tasteful old family heirloom, pal. It's, great. Why go after a worthless piece of junk like... I mean, worthless in a good way. I mean, this is the first for the guy. Major Andrews hired at-me security before a calling card even came. I wonder if it has anything to do with now how things played out. Can we talk about her with him? Detective Gumshoe, what about this person? Sorry, pal. Obviously, we need to do something very important here. Here's my badge. Here, take a look at my attorney's badge. Are you still showing that cheap little thing off? The real man keeps his mouth shut. Carries a suave police badge, pal. Yes. You know, I think Larry knew something about Adrian. Oh wait, wrong person. Whoops. That Desi's one awesome lady, alright. It's been a long time since I felt this way. I think I'm really in love this time. For the 4th time. Long time, huh? Yeah, well, except for what I feel for you, Maya. I don't think even he knows what he's saying anymore. Whoa! Who is this? Come on, man, don't hold out on me. Forget about it, you don't need to know, and I'm not telling you. Hey now, thought we were pals. Gonna major things. Dang it, we already seen this. Tanny? We already seen that one, so I guess he doesn't actually know her. I assume. What do you know about the statue? Nothing. The sword? So Detective Atme wasn't hit in the back of the head after all. That's right, pal, because he was the real thief. He wanted to look like he was knocked out. No, he bent it on purpose. I staked my reputation on it. What kind of creep would ruin an antique like for that? Well... it's not a bad question. Why would he bend that? Got the calling card. Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem, okay, pal? You've ever sent these to the police? No, ours are the victims. Up till now, the victims have always come to us looking for help, though. That's not what happened this time, you mean? You got that right, pal. Listen up. You guys ever get one of these calling cards? I want you to come to us right away, okay, pal? Yeah, sure. What would we have to steal? Wait, my attorney's badge. Better keep that on the down low, though. Yeah, MaskDeMask would totally steal my attorney's badge. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. What do you know about this? Thought the whole exhibit would be brightened up by something shiny and gold. That's why I went to the trouble of borrowing it from a branch family training hall. The gold statue is totally cool in my book. It arrived rather late, so I thought I wouldn't be able to put it on display. Looks like this statue was moved the night of the theft. You know anything about that? Huh? No, it certainly wasn't me that moved it. Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? I feel like she did move it. The treasures aquarium exhibit is my first job after last year's ordeal. You know, when someone died. And now someone died again. Is that weird? I really wanted it to be a success. I've got an idea. Why don't you redo the whole poster? You could put something like, voted best treasure exhibit by MaskDeMask. Why, Maya, that's a fantastic idea. And it totally wasn't Phoenix's idea. Security camera was provided by Lordly Taylor Department Store. Took a close look at it on the day after the theft. Timestamp of the photo is definitely real. That's good to know. Security camera was provided by Lordly Taylor Department Store. Took a look at it on the day after the theft. Okay. Wait. About this sword thing. He got hit on the back of the head with this by the very thief. That was obviously a lie. Because it turned out that Atme was the real thief, it's still hard to believe that he was able to bend that piece of metal on his own. He must be really tough. I think Adrian feels really bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. I know I won't look it, but I have complete confidence I can fix it right up. Promise I'll fit it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. Look, here's my badge. I owe a great deal of thanks to that badge. And definitely not the person attached to it. It's the only reason I'm still here today. Oh, come on now, that's not true. I think what Nick means to say is, it wasn't thanks to the badge, it was thanks to me! Look at me, I mean, Phoenix Wright. Tell the truth, Nick. I know that's what you were thinking. No way, Maya. Do you feel bad? I actually do not know. Wait, maybe? I'm sorry, I don't know as many people as I used to. My brain just went poof. Hey, do you know this guy? Thought for sure they hired people from that, but whatever. Ron? Look at me! Though Detective Atme was actually MaskDeMask. I'm not surprised. She seems really depressed. Can't say I blame her. He's the one who hired the fox to guard the hen house. I wouldn't doubt it. I feel like we already missed some, though. I don't think we're gonna be talking to Luke anymore. Because, you know, he's in jail. Okay, I'm pretty much at a wall here. I don't know if we have any proof that says anything, and we can't seem to talk to what's-his-name. Mr. Delight or whatever. Talk to Maya. What do you got for me? Okay. Absolutely nothing. Here, Maya, I want to show you my badge. Still got that badge, I see. Huh, well, I'm a lawyer, aren't I? Yeah, but I guess I just didn't think you'd keep on being one for this long. You have to admit, you've had some close brushes with death because of your job. I don't see how being a lawyer is more dangerous than channeling dead people. I guess that's true. I mean, they're dead. What are they gonna do? I just deal with people that are already dead. That's the same thing, I guess, huh? Well, anyways. Go here. Maybe there's some evidence around here. Hey, you guys! We're investigating this place, so keep your hands to yourself, pal. Boy, these policemen sure are a bunch of sourpusses. Wow. Mr. Ace Detective did make a complete and utter fools out of them. What's all this now? Move it along. Show's over. Oh, it doesn't look like they're gonna let us investigate. Guess we might as well call it a day for this place and go look somewhere else. Okay. Fair enough. Do you know anything about the urn? So happy you got the sacred urn back. And I'm sorry. What are you apologizing for? Because I mistakenly blamed your husband for taking it. Yeah, it's a good thing to apologize for. I told you, didn't I? My Ronnie could never do such a thing. Wow, there's no fooling you. We've already seen this one, so not really much to say here. But, It gets kind of scary when it comes to celebrities. What happens if I play this again? It's MaskDeMask. I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Ronnie used to say the happy laugh is the lifeblood of a thief. That certainly is a happy-sounding laugh, alright. Yes, and laughing isn't as easy as it sounds. The harder you try, the more fake it sounds. Yeah, Mr. Light really works hard at his craft, huh? Speaking of Delight, does she know anything about this? Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't the faintest idea. Guess I just don't get out enough. He knows about MaskDeMask or whatever. Wait. OP is right. I think we need to do one big thing here, and that's show the badge. Let me take a look at this. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the faintest idea what that is. Are you some kind of clown or something? Detention center. Hey guardman, how's it going? Guard monitors the visitor's room. Looks like he doesn't have much to do right now. I can tell because the camera He's looking at the camera making funny faces still. Guard was probably give Larry a run for his money. Shiny law practicing clown. Let's not give that clown any ideas, okay? Okay, so I guess we have to go mess with Adrian. I think I can look at here real quick. Maybe this urn thing. Probably where the sacred urn was going to be displayed. You know, as a replacement. I think it's a little too small for that. What about my Magatama? That's definitely too small. Really want specific things done? Yeah, they do. So there's probably something I really need to do before I can talk to what's his name. So you know what that means. Present everything. What do you know about Desiree? Okay, what do you know about Adrienne? What do you know about Godo? This guy's a real puzzle if you ask me, pal. Maybe I should be asking you. Do you know something about him? Why would I know something? Well, it sure sounds like you two know each other from the way you acted today. Mr. Godo acts like he knows Nick, not the other way around. Exactly. I think I remember someone like him. I think I saw him on TV once beside Wolverine, but still think the whole thing's a bit suspect, you know? What do you know about this guy? No, I look a little rough around the edges. Truth is, I'm a lot more detective-like than I used to be. A lot less scruffy, more detective. Like what part? Like the color of my coat. Ah, you're right. Yeah, but what about it inside the coat? He does seem to have something else. Let's see. I think I presented most things to this guy already, so... What about the statue? Nope. I do apologize for the wall I've seemed to ran into. What am I gonna do? Buzzer? Okay, press the buzzer again, maybe that'll do something. No, don't present. I want to examine. What's this, by the way? Some kind of bookshelf rolling... Okay, so I can't actually do anything with that, huh? There's probably something I just missed examining. There's a button here. Let's see. Beep, beep, beep. It's an emergency buzzer. Whoops. It is interesting that the buzzer went off for sure, but there's no fingerprints. Also, can we get information on who can open this? Like, who opened this to find the body? Something obvious I'm probably missing. Something super obvious. Used to have zero interest in all this old junky stuff, but now that I'm a new person, well, I can kind of see the appeal, I guess. Hey, I got it. Why don't we all go visit one of those musty old temples next time? I actually learned to like this new Larry, but he still hasn't told us anything useful. Probably not. Probably not what? Something really obscure then. Maybe it's the joke. Maybe the joke is I need to actually go look at him. The police won't mind if I just look at it painting, right? Hey, you guys! Okay, they minded. They did mind that I looked at him. Okay, so I have no idea then. We've been stuck here for like 30 minutes. And I apologize. But I got no idea. I don't know what specific thing I need to be doing right here. Probably something really dumb. Something super dumb. I thought I already did that. I was pretty sure I did that and he said nothing. No, I showed it to Larry. Huh. About this blackmail later. No? See? I already showed this to him and he said he's investigating it. He doesn't understand why Ron was being blackmailed. Publicity photo? I think I've showed him everything else, so it's kinda... Pearl? Detective Gumshoe, what about this person? Sorry, pal. I got no interest in pearls. More of a diamond kind of guy, you know? Because, you know, those are forever. Got What Happened, Detective At Me, and Prosecutor Godo. And I'm pretty sure there's something I need to present to here that will cause another interaction, but I don't know what. Show him the victim? We already talked about the bull guy. Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebard. That's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebard, pal. Have we not seen this before? I could have sworn I talked about him. You were the victim up till Mr. Bullard was found dead. Okay, well, whatever. Thanks, Reborn. I would have gone through that eventually, but it would have taken us probably another 20 minutes, and I apologize. Yeah, this body wasn't discovered until about morning. Anyways, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out? Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now. Okay, Nick, now's our chance to get more information about the victim, so hurry up and ask. It's hard to tell because we've been talking to so many people, but thanks, Reborn, appreciate it. Tell us more about Mr. Bluebard. He's the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyways? Obviously a security company. Well, the company basically sends out security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had a chance to learn about a lot of secrets doing this kind of work. I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber. Really, me too. I just love money. Can't ever get enough. Put it on my hamburgers, put it in my ramen. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet. She does want a motorcycle, so... Anyways, looks like he was doing some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions. So that's my problem. I think I need to be shiftier. Let me go already. Apparently he was involved with selling trade secrets between rival companies. That's pretty dirty and underhanded. Yeah, oh, KB Security is beheaded security operations against MaskDeMask. Really? Yeah, after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive. Really was Bluebard that sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? So now are we done? Now can I go talk to people? Nope, that's the wrong room. What am I doing? Use office. I know it is. I know it's Bullard, but Maya calls him Blue Bard, so I feel like I had to follow suit. 'Cause that's a better name, obviously. Okay, detention center. Are you here now? Victory! Thanks, Reborn. What? Ah, Mr. Wright! Mr. Delight. They finished their interrogation? Yes, but please don't leave me alone anymore. You lied to us before, didn't you? Well, you see... On the same night as Sacred Urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor's department store, why do they keep showing us that fake picture? A blackmail letter to you guys. Wait, blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money, and then that's where the CEO, Kane Bullard, was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? Well, yes, Phoenix, you are right. That's your name. The only question is, where were you that night? This time I want to hear the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Your life depends on it. Okay. Does his life depend on it? Do they kill the people that go to jail? Have I been killing people this entire time? I mean, not that I'm really too upset by that, because, you know, the first guy we sent to jail did murder Mia, and, you know, that's bad. I'm sure the pink girl's probably okay, though. She was convicted for being an accomplice, not really the murderer. Some, okay. Now that makes me suspicious that some of them are gonna come back. Who would come back, though? The guy with the watch might come back. If only because he'd had money for that. Anyways, Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are MaskDeMask? Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday? Quite a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight, at the trial today we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we? Ha ha ha! Ho hee ho ho! Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole that urn. Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. Person dressed as MaskDeMask in your photo. Gotta be Detective Atme. But his nose doesn't really stick out. Didn't go to Lordly Taylor, you went to KB Security, right? Yes. I went to KB Security at the time of the blackmail. No said I should. What happened next? Well, I used to work there, so I knew the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. I used my keycard to unlock the door. Probably when he dropped his wallet. On the first floor, but the office is on the third floor. No, wait, no, the basement was on the third floor. The office is on the first one. Never mind, I'll shut up. When I went into the CEO's office, someone was in there. Someone? Then suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam! The Kane Bullard that hit you? I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, the sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyways, I thought I should do something with the body. So I stuffed it in a safe. Wait, put it in the safe. Yes, that's right. I used to be chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it. And I figured, what's better to keep a body safe than a safe? What did you do after that? Well, I got out of there, for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in that building. So I knew how to avoid being spotted by them. Nick. All of a sudden, Mr. Delight kind of sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Why were you fired? It's true that 1 year ago, you were forced to quit KB Security? Ah, how did you know? I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi. please. Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet. Phew, thank goodness. No, I mean, I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out eventually. Why are you even hiding from her anyways? Jessie would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief, she'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over. Knowing that, why'd you become a thief in the first place? Because Jessie spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring in enough money. Except being a thief, at least that's what I thought anyway. Hey, MaskDeMask for Desiree, huh? Okay, so now we can go through all these things real quick. What do you think about this? That's kind of strange. What is? Up until now, MaskDeMask has gone after famous works of art and treasures. I mean, I have. Why'd he suddenly decide to steal this plain-looking urn that nobody would want? Make it sound like you had nothing to do with the theft. Well, it wasn't me that chose to steal this urn. This calling card, did you send this? No, that is, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I had other plans for that night already. That's true, we did get that blackmail letter after all. Oh, Detective Atme, could he be the one that sent it? Looks that way, I can't think of anyone else. He would know the emblem. Yeah, that night. Because of the letter, I had no choice but to go to KB's security. Okay, what about this? Blackmail letter written by KB Security's CEO, Kane Bullard? I think so. Probably. You can only get to the CEO's office if you have a keycard. No one else but Mr. Bullard could have written that letter. What about this brooch? What do you think about this? I don't really think I can help you with that, even though it's my brooch. No, that's not it. It's just that the thing is, I don't really know if I can say one way or the other. Didn't really catch that. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Wow. Harsh. What about this? Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Your debut heist? I don't know. Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail. But MaskDeMask, he must have gotten away, right? It says in the article he disappeared. That's right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration. Hid my MaskDeMask costume in a nearby plastic bucket, otherwise known as a trash can. Then I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh? Hey, hold the phone. That guard in the photo. Is it you, Mr. Delight? Oh, it wasn't. That's right. Nice trick if I say so myself. Nice and easy to figure out. Even pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. As you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserved the title of Ace Detective. Found the MaskDeMask disguise? That's interesting. Yes, and I heard he brought it home with him. That's it. That's why when Atme got his hands on this. Thanks to that, I got a chance to remake my costume. Must have been really time-consuming, huh? Yes, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first blackmail letters. Blackmail letters? Interesting. What are you talking about? Hurry, tell me what you mean. Hey, calm down. Don't get so worked up. Oh, now we got the music change. This is not the song I was expecting. I feel like we had a different one last time. Debut? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Blackmail letters. The first one you got? No, of course not. But this is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location. Start receiving blackmail letters after the incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. The first letter, it said, I know you did it. Oh, and found out your true identity just like that? It's not easy being a master thief, you know. I gotta prove it was you, so give up, it went on to say. In the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal. Is that right? Hey, hang on a second. What do you mean you had to give it up? Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box, the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000. No one said anything about me being worried, you know. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Ice plans? Okay. What are these plans you're talking about? Plans. They were instructions on how to steal the crown or a painting or some other rare treasure. There were security blind spots, escape routes, and even suggested training methods. The one who planned the heist wasn't you? No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from a very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that was blackmailing him. Ron Delight was MaskDeMask after all? But someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned it all out in detail. All I had to do was deposit the treasure I stole in a safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail. Try to not look so gleeful about it. So you went after the Sacred Urn because of one of those plans too? Well, see, truth is I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions and steal what I was told to steal. Mr. Light, is everything you told me the truth? Yes, but please don't tell Desi, okay? There's one more thing I want to ask you. Yes? But please don't hurt me. I can't, there's a glass plane right between us. Mr. Kane Bullard, you swear it wasn't you who killed him? Yes, of course. I'm not lying. All I did was hide his body in the safe. But then I was afraid they'd discover what I did. So I turned myself in yesterday. Why? Well, the judge had ruled that I was guilty of robbery. Then I'd have an alibi, right? I guess so, yeah. You're really clever, Mr. Delight. Guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word. Mystic Maya! Oh, hey, Pearly. Welcome back. I'm back. What have you been up to this whole time? Also, how did you get back so soon? It's been like 3 hours. The Sacred Urn. Mr. Nick, I took it back to Korean Village to have it examined. And, what'd you find out? There's no need to worry. They say it's the real urn. Phew. That's a relief. I was really worried. But there's one small problem. Problem? The cute little pink splotches. They said it's paint, and that they were put on the urn recently. Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We've got to find out how they were there. That's the big deal. Yeah, Mr. Nick. Got to find out how they got there. We'll go find out how they got there. Please don't forget about me. I'm not just an urn, you know. Phoenix is oddly against the idea of paint being very important. But hey, now we can go talk to Adrian, because we got proof that it's real, huh? I had to think for a second. Even though it was right in front of my face, I was like, where am I going again? I'm such a dumb. Hello, closed-off lawyer prisoner discussion at the police station. I'm a small child back from traveling the country on adventures. It's supposed to take me like 4 hours to get out of here and, back, but it's been like 5 minutes. Actually, with how many times I've ran back and forth between places, it's probably been more like 10 hours. Oh, Pearl, how nice to see you. Hello there. Haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to? Well, actually, I was having this urn examined. Oh, I see. That's weird. Figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Let's look around one more time. Found an Anatomy's office covered in pink splotches, but it's a genuine article. Genuine, I think. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's examine this, now that Pearl's back. Something about it's bothering me. The box the Sacred Urn was in. It looks like there's some pink paint on it, too. Definitely the same color as stuff on the urn. Wow, it's almost like the paint was important. Let's investigate again, Nick. Oh, cool, we actually got the box added. Can we add this pink thing here? Been dry for several days. Something suspicious about this paint mark. Shocking pink. Meh. That's what I say about that, Sivian. I can't English. Pretty sure this is it. That's the box the Sacred Urn was in. We were just looking at it. Paint, a little bit of paint on the box as well. Wow, you're right. Look, it matches. What is it, Mr. Nick? This is all turning out exactly as I thought it would. No, don't go. I'm sorry that I can't English and took it out on you. It's all starting to become clear. Clear as pink paint. I'm gonna examine this too, just because I can. It's probably MaskDeMask. Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Amy when he stole the urn. Hey, cut it out. Alright, Andrews, if that is your real name, tell us what's up with this urn. The Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? Does anyone know anything about anything? I don't know anything about treasure. Is that even treasure? It's obviously priceless in the worst way possible. Well, that's, true. Maybe it isn't the same. Could be a fake. Yep. Take that. There we go. Sorry to break it to you, but the urn is the genuine article. Yeah, take that. I said it again. Genuine, though. Pearls went back to the Korean village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how... There was the vase was broken. Wait, it was? Did you say again? It was broken once a year ago. Now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently, too. Recently? You're saying that this urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what exactly what I said, like word for word. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? How do I know? I guess this one? You guys got the picture of the other thing? It was made recently, right? Poster? Ah, yeah, the poster I made for the exhibit. When the photo was taken, the urn said I am on it and had very obvious scratches and stuff too. But for some reason, mysterious reason, it says Amy. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! How did I not notice that? I am. What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. I wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now, tell the truth. Wait. Or, even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? Yes, that's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. Like I still haven't broken the entire cyclock. I guess the box, yeah. Well, Miss Andrews, what is this supposed to mean? It's just a box. This urn has the pretty little pink paint splotches on it. It does. And there's some on the box the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So, what does that prove? Anime girls have pink hair, they're not related to this place. The urn was dropped along with the box, that's when both of them got paint on it. Are you with me so far? Yes. The rest of the story is obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lord Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, it means the urn was broken here, too. Well, can you prove that? Can you prove the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse? I guess this, yeah. Ah! If only I had bothered to clean that up! Darn it, why didn't we hire a janitor? You already know where I'm going with this, don't you? Yes, more or less. It's almost like the evidence is right behind me. Pink paint spattered on the floor and the walls of this basement warehouse. Odd shape imprinted into the part of the paint stain, am I right? Yes. Put this box to the impression of the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. I mean, this box was dropped right here. And that is when the urn was broken. Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright. I don't know why I bothered lying to you. The truth heals me. Gives me power. I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn. Boy, does it make me feel like some sort of evil school teacher. I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did. Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly? No, not at all. I know just how she feels. Yeah, especially since I helped this girl, like, you know, not get convicted for murder or whatever. I feel like she should trust me a little bit more. Plus, again, I own the urn. Well, Maya owns the urn, but I own it by proxy, really. Happened about 2 weeks ago, just after the poster photo was taken. On the same day the urn arrived here. So she didn't clean that up for 2 whole weeks? Thought I put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. And I dropped everything. Maybe I shouldn't have been holding so many items. Oh no, I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. You can tell it's a funny time because the music started up again. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. Yeesh. Broken pieces of the urn fell out of the box and landed right on the paint. I was in shock. I let out a huge scream. Ah! Can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, as clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. Wow. I knew I was the most important treasure in all of Kurian Village. You know, excluding the other 15 priceless treasures you have up there. So I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were pretty big. Even after they hit the ground on the paint. That's when it changed. That's when the I am changed to Amy. I didn't know how it was originally written. But any sane person fixing would assume it was said Amy. Any sane person? Really? It's not your fault, Pearls. You can't read. She said she wasn't very good at spelling. Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one has seen it since then. Something I don't get. When I first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. Well, that's because instead of, you know, cleaning it up, I decided to push a gold statue in front of it. The Amy Faye statue, aha! Yeah, but she's just a little girl. You can't blame her at all. Has nothing to do with sanity. Children just don't know how to do that kind of stuff, I think. First time we came down here, it was on that night the sacred urn was stolen. But Mr. Nick, there were no paint marks on the walls. There were no paint marks on the walls of the floor of the warehouse when we were here. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that gold statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And you know, instead of just getting a mop and cleaning it up, I was like, I'll put gold in front of this. That'll make it look pretty. I realized the statue was perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it over where you first saw it. Now it makes perfect sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. One thing I find strange. What is it, Pearls? I mean, Pearl. Day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At the time, the statue had been moved, and the paint was clearly visible. You know, she says a lot of big words for someone that can't spell. She's right about that. Like, visible. Like, I don't expect a little girl to say that, especially when she can't spell. It'd be more like she said, I don't know, just, I couldn't see it. Huh? What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint, so why would I move it again? Then who was it? Who would have done it and why? The day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Next day it was moved, but why? I guess that's fair. Her mother was kind of crazy. Super crazy. So, instead of teaching her daughter how to spell and read properly, she was like, no, you need to know all the big words by heart. You don't need to know what they mean, you just need to know them. Some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Why? Why do you think so, Nick? It's almost like they're super connected. That night, the real thief, Ron Delight, was at KB Security. Why did another MaskDeMask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact. One undeniable fact? The murder trial starting tomorrow. Looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance. To be continued. Interesting. And now I will leave it up to you guys. Should we save here and stop for the day, or should we go on to the trial? I don't really care either way. Like, if we stop here, there's a high chance that'll just be it for the night, because it is getting a little late. But I also don't know how long this trial is going to be, so. Big, what are we gonna do? You know, I hope it's interesting so far, even though I spent 30 minutes doing absolutely nothing. Getting stuck on having to talk to people. Yeah, I think OP wants the coffee. There, then we have music at least. And I'll give you guys a couple minutes for that. A couple being like one. And now I have glasses. Now that the investigation is over, I need to see clearly now. The rain is gone. Hello, Ninja Most. How's it going? Hope you're having a good night. I don't think we'll stop in the middle unless it's like super long. Like, unless this goes on for another 2 hours, I don't think we're gonna stop in the middle. We'll probably stop at the end of this trial, though. Was it this time? I don't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? How'd you know this, Nick? We're having Detective Atmey's trial today. Detective Atmey? Huh. I didn't even know there were different courtrooms here. They're gonna try him as MaskDeMask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see MaskDeMask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? What was that I know thing? PS4 remakes of the Tekken trilogy. I'm not really a Tekken kind of guy. I don't really like fighting games, but I could totally see that being a thing. I know a lot of people do like that series, but I don't know. She went back home. She says she can't neglect her training anymore. No, you don't like me. Pearls have really gotten into training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. For the 4th time. Please don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. Delight, you're here. Good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be... Can't really be poo? A thief can't really be poo. That's one of the rules of being a thief. You cannot actually be Pooh Bear. So Pooh Bear's not a thief. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heist. Ron, put the shovel down. Don't bury yourself. Think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible. But today's trial is a race against the clock. Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Huh? October 14th, 10 a.m. If only I had played this earlier, right? Maybe we could actually play this on time. Maybe the next case will be a couple days later. I'm sure one of them will be a Halloween. Like, this thing was placed in October. It'd be kind of a shame if they didn't do a Halloween case. Defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the week. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godo. Doesn't take place this year, that's fair. I didn't even read what he said. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war, that's all. Right, I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godo. Ha! You need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. That's exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yeah, well then let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Now, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. That's weird. The victim's name is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. Kinda looks like he was strangled, but the body was found in a safe approximately 9 a.m. morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. That's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Mr. Godo, please call your first witness. Let me drink this coffee first. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. Which is pretty odd now that you think about it, considering the last trial I only had 16 cups of coffee. And that was my first trial. But the first one, it always is the best. Mr. Godo, your witness? The guy on the stand already is probably his witness. Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. Defendant, Mr. Wright? The defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. Put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You got guts, Trite. But trite as you might, you will not be winning this case. Except I will. Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand that you are already standing at. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No. That's not true. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty making that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why'd you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go more. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. My visit to KB Security. That evening, around 1 AM, I went to see Mr. Bullard in office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I know his office was. 1 AM, the exact time of the murder took place. Interesting. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Gulp. It's bitter today, too, just like my destiny. Never know what the way he's chugging it down. Bitter coffee does not sound good, but I'm not really a fan of coffee in general. Not that I've had any good coffee. Thing is, I feel like if I had coffee, if there was like a good cup of coffee I'd have to drink, it'd probably be like full of cream. It'd have to be like really sweet. Anyways, let's press for information. 1 AM, huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes. That's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. I'm not wearing a watch now because I lost it. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also... Exact time... Yes, you already said that, Judge. It's too late for coffee date, that's for sure. Is it? It ordered you there? It was the first time I've gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. You mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. That's totally normal, isn't it? They say things like, steal that or take that. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Light? No, please don't say anymore. What should I do? Press harder. I don't care about what the blackmail letter questions say. Ignore the fact that I have it. It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? Perfect motive for committing a murder. Oh, but wait. Wait! I never intended to pay the money anyways. Is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha. Okay. Let me read that blackmail letter again real quick. I see. Hold it. Let's press that. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? Blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole MaskDeMask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. As long as Desiree believes in me. Hopefully she's not in here, huh? Why Mr. Light doesn't believe he was MaskDeMask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. You used to be security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. Security chief, you? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge, a perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Why was he fired? Please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well... The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Defendant, please answer the question. I don't take it back. Well, I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Jessie loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? I don't want to hear that from you. How many burgers have you bought this week? My salary wasn't good enough, so I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info in all sorts of companies. Since I was security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out, and I was fired immediately. Wish I'd never asked that. Nah, I'm okay with it. I was somehow to keep it a secret. It made it seem like I quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings hard to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. Sure told you. That you stole the data from the company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Wow. Phoenix was a poet and you didn't even know it. Hold it! Are you sure she doesn't know about that? Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! Sally doesn't know her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. Not sure what to think about couples that keep secrets like that from each other. Can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. Wasn't much to his testimony, was there? At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh. Got a bad feeling about this. Well, there's still one thing I didn't ask, so... Uh-oh, whoops, went too far. Went too far. Let's press the other one, I guess. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. I guess I can't do it then, huh? Know how many statements there are? What are you being blackmailed about anyways? Oh, okay.
Objection!
Objection! Whoa. Okay. I did not expect an objection. I was just trying to get a refresh on what he was saying. But okay. Afraid that reason isn't gonna hold up anymore. What do you mean? Victim had no proof the defendant was MaskDeMask, but you were the one who stole the company's secrets only a year earlier. But that was all over with once I was fired. It's true the fact that I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? I think they're wrong with stealing company data. I wonder if you would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public. Eric. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own client? Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more you heat it, the more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yeah. Now come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing from going public? Well, obviously because of his girl, right? He said it himself. He doesn't care about anyone but Desi. He said now it just doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? You must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person? I like that pause there, just... Miss Desiree Delight. Sorry. Defendant's wife. Well, but listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like I just sit back and relax. The fun will end before it truly begins. Godo, making me do the work? Yeah, we know. It was all your wife's fault. Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spinning habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that's how this murder came about. No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. Wow. It seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Considering who we fought last game, I don't think that's really what you're thinking. Because I'm pretty sure we got whipped pretty hard in that game. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. Stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. Family man who cared just a little too much about a family he barely had. The motive is clear, let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come on now, tell us. We're all ears. Well, okay. Guess I'll just move on to this. The gentle smile kinda goes against what we just talked about. Well, when I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. Right? He got super whipped last game. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? Maybe the detective yesterday provided a similar testimony. Said that MaskDeMask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. Find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Wright? Don't go easy just 'cause he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godo. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Alright, Ronnie, let's go. I was curious about this one right here. Haven't been wearing that. What is that? That? Could you please clarify what you're referring to? Is it the mask, maybe? Okay, I was right. Why, my MaskDeMask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. MaskDeMask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as MaskDeMask. And then I descended upon the office of CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. I do everything. Seems our little friend here really loves to keep secrets. Sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know sometimes things just slip you. Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring at me coldly. And here I told Phoenix to turn up the heat. You maybe can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I've been killed? Wow, that's a pretty big jump. What'd he hit you with, man? Why were you dressed as MaskDeMask? Why, because I'm MaskDeMask, of course. What are you talking about? MaskDeMask trial's being held next door, apparently. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the MaskDeMask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. What is he talking about? Press harder. What do you mean by it took a lot longer? Oh, to opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught in the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. Back up a second, yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? That's a good question, Judge. Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. You mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look, and you didn't look too stupid to start with. The metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, I mean, you guys kind of don't tell me a lot of things, so I kind of keep some things to myself. Well, I'm the only one not in the loop here. Make sure you add this to your testimony. Yes, sir. After you murdered them. Like a storm front is moving over the fair weather judge. Took about 10 minutes, huh? Why'd you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw the corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find this corpse, they'll think I did it. Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. Certainly makes more sense. Actually, that makes less sense. Hold on. 10 minutes. Just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body and spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh, hey Nick. I think his behavior was so strange. Why don't you present some evidence that would show just what the circumstances were? Take a look at the court record and present some evidence. Not much in this testimony either. I guess it would be this, huh? Yeah, it'd be the buzzer went off at 1:02. To this one. Objection! Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? I think of a pun for that, but I can't think of anyone. Darn it, why couldn't it be a picture? Record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer. He would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, security guard would have been heading his way. Objection. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there's security personnel in the building. What? Objection, he worked there. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as chief of security. No way he wouldn't know about them. Objection. But as it turns out, that guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who just got punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known about. Objection, what? Again, remember who we're dealing with here. The sure bet Mr. Delight didn't even know the buzzer going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Ugh. I'm gonna drink this coffee. That'll calm my nerves. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Okay. In the defendant's testimony, the moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed, willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded, and that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious... Well, I mean, there was another person in that room. Whoever it was knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. And then they turned it off, hoping that the guard would come and arrest Ron Delight for the murder. Mr. Wright, this is objection. This is preposterous. It was this kid, Ron Delight, the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. What do you mean act? You already know that's Kane Bullard. What is your opinion on this? You need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene. But how? Can I prove it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Yeah, I can prove that. Prince's opinion on this is your honor. Piece of evidence proves it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Buzzer itself, obviously. Piece of incontrovertible. It's a long word. Incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. Some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give us some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. Nothing new there. Button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Puh! Oh crap, I forgot about fingerprints. Ron Delight obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come up at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. Don't touch the button. Defendant Mr. Delight was dressed as MaskDeMask. MaskDeMask always wears gloves. What reason could he have possibly to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Order in the court. Ha! It would seem. That's 10, I guess? I've been forced to eat crow. What does that mean? I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is. Probably murder. What's the number for murder? Probably 911. The real killer was there at the scene. Or was it 119 for Japanese? Yeah, I guess it would be 119. Why would the person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a moment. Let me juggle these things real quick. Real culprit killed Mr. Bullet around 1 a.m. Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in there when the murder was taking place, right? And sounded the buzzer. Supposed to respond? Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. Oh ho. You've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Will the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? To call the security guard. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. The killer called a guard on purpose? Yes. Although it turned out he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Darn it, Larry. Dial 6 for murder. I don't get it. What a touching story. Saying the killer had a change of heart and called a guard to turn himself in? No. What, are you dumb? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. Pretty brutally, honestly. Defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person. The silhouette kind of gives it away, huh? The real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? Only ones left in that room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if security guards came running at that time, they would think I was the murderer. Hello, Loix. Thank you for the host. That was precisely the real killer's objective. to frame Ron DeLite for the murder. Pooh! Wow, okay. Yes, I have glasses. I revealed them Monday, but I don't really like wearing them. They're uncomfortable. Especially with headset on, but it's fine. It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. That's pretty hot. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only MaskDeMask, so... I mean, the real killer is... I'm gonna drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but I think about it. Killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KP security that night. Killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. You know, that is a really good point. I thought about it earlier, but I don't think I said anything. It's really weird that the one who mentioned that, like, we knew Kane Bullard had given out the blackmail letter, but Look at Me knew about it. Oh, who was it that framed Mr. Ron DeLite for the murder of Kane Bullard? This guy. Detective Look at Me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective. Look at Me? You mean MaskDeMask did it? No. What was great? I don't get it. Honor, the person who's being tried in court next to us is not MaskDeMask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime? Yeah, I said dial 6 for murder. I know that part, but I didn't get the joke. Or the more serious crime, of course. Capital crime subject for capital punishment. You're right. Sorry, it's been eons since I've actually seen a phone with the dial pad. I say eons, but I had a sliding phone for like 10 years, so I should have known that. Anyways. Please remember the trial from yesterday if you would. When Look at Me confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as, well, unmasked a mask. Instead of being convicted for murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. I never had a reason to upgrade, and I guess I never really noticed the whole numbers on letters thing too much because I never had anyone to text. But anyways, that was a true objective all along. To be found guilty. MaskDeMask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as MaskDeMask was Look at Me's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi? Interesting. Very smart. You know, it's almost time. For what? For Look at Me's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. We're going to stop this trial and stall that one. We need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof the detective was the one who committed the murder. The trial has been deemed to attract the attention of the entire country. If we were intrude and failed to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. DeLite would be left with no grounds for appeal. Look at me. Fair enough. Am I really sure about this? Ha! Bet's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. DeLite. Pressing all the right buttons for Phoenix, too. Just, I believe in you. It's like, my client trusts me. I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? He's gonna die if whoa. Mia? What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. Ah, that voice. Sounds like Mia. Been a whole game since I've heard her voice. Your Honor, the defense requests immediate recess. Ha! So that's your answer, huh? Very well, I've decided as well. The court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke at me to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11... Wow, that took 2 hours. Huh. Hehehe. Well, Sir Detective at me. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective at me. You were the one who... Hello, blonde judge. Of course, he's no reason to further prolong this trial. Court finds the defendant Luke at me. Objection! Hold it! Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please! Well, well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man. Luke at me. Accusation? You accuse MaskDeMask? That man is not MaskDeMask, he's a ruthless murderer. Say what? Oh, he's sweating. Canadian judge. Attorney at law. Saving game. I can press start at any time to save my data. Too bad I don't remember what this button is, the start button. Definitely not this one that says start on it. My sis. I just sworn I heard Mia's voice. So she's still alive. Inside. Okay. Glad the sentence didn't just end there. So she's still alive, huh? Inside your heart. Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. Is it true the detective is really the killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. What? We have like so much proof. He's the only one that could have done it. Wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. Why would the detective at me want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time, better get back to the courtroom. Need to find some solid proof. It's gotta happen sooner rather than later. It's weird seeing another judge. So you sing this one. So is this guy just like the murderer judge? He's just always in the homicide cases? Now then, court's back in session. Mr. Luke at me. Please take the stand. Well, well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. Couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given me your perfect alibi. Given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of MaskDeMask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Luke at me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. The defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as MaskDeMask. Who was his defense attorney? Did he even have one? Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. Continue to insist you are, in fact, MaskDeMask? Of course. Sure, there are other defense lawyers? Probably. Are there other defense lawyers? Do we ever see another defense lawyer in this game? I mean, there's Mia, but she kinda died. Very well, then look at me. Let's begin with this simple question. October 12th at 1 AM, Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Oh wait, there's Grossberg. He's a defense lawyer. Right? Pretty sure he is. So I guess Grossberg could have been in there. But he would have said something. He would have at least said hi to Phoenix. Alright, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. while I drink my 17th cup of coffee. We're listening. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. And it seems I need to let the doggo out. So I will be right back, one moment. No, no chair stream. A stream of chairs would be something I just could not stand for. Okay. I was stealing the urn just as MaskDeMask, just as I had announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured MaskDeMask was the same time as the murder. Hi, Phoenix. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. That's why Phoenix just ignored him. I think the main point of discussion will be the photo of this crime scene. That was part of his plan. Has to be a secret in this picture as well. Even the great MaskDeMask cannot be in two places at once. Unless he's a ninja. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Hold it. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know he is a fool. Wait a second. That's not the detective at all. I know who that is. That's Von Karma, isn't it? I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. Francesca went to cross-dressing and becoming a thief and a murderer. Not enough fools to be Von Karma? You're right. Hold it. So this photograph is proof, right? It makes me laugh every time I see it. Indeed it is. And the man in the photograph is certainly wearing a mask. Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah. That is why I'm called MaskDeMask. But convenient that also means there's no way to tell who it really is. What do you mean? Objection. Ha! Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke Atme? That it could be some accomplice dressed up as MaskDeMask to create an alibi? Ho ho! What an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? No, I don't think you had an accomplice. He was here during the murder. And the MaskDeMask in this picture has to be a fake. And there really was an accomplice, but right now I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea right now either. Gotta be another way, and I'm going to find it. I don't think he had an accomplice. I'm starting to put together stuff, but maybe I need to look at some stuff real quick. Wait. Hemorrhaging and from blunt trauma to the head. If I had to guess. Yeah, let me check again real quick. Yeah, there's no date stamp on this. And he was there for a good 20 days. So he could have taken that at any point. Unless the camera has more date. Wait, is there... Oh, it says the night of the crime, so maybe I'm wrong. Well, anyways. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point? That's right. It was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. 21, actually, because it's been a day. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. Truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But the urn was stolen from Lord the Tailor while he was on the one watching it. You have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. It is kind of odd. Did he? I don't know. By photograph, you mean this one that makes me laugh? Piece of evidence right here, is that correct? Indeed it is, that is it. A very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime? Hello, legendary Frank, how's it going? How long will I be streaming for? Depends on how long this trial is. I kinda wanna get to the end of this one. For tonight. Because I've been putting off other streams, you know? You say this almost as if you had the picture taken on purpose. Objection. He was simply called by the very camera that he had set up. That doesn't sound suspicious at all to me. Well, we all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad, blue melody. Not sad. Better gather more information, but now he's truly the killer. There's gotta be something phony in that photo. Thanks for the good luck, I'll probably need it. Hold it. I hope you enjoy me with my bad voice acting. About this camera that took the photograph. Oh, come now. It's too clear what you're thinking, huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lord the Tailor, and on top of that, it was Lord the Tailor's staff that printed that picture's data. And unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. Like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. His alibi is false. It has to be. Else he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard as KB security. Not really spot anything unusual. Two possibilities. Either the MaskDeMask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Wait, take care of the speckled urn. That's suspicious. Photograph is proof, right? Indeed it is. The man wearing the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That's why I'm called MaskDeMask.
Objection!
I don't know if he has an accomplice, though, because... who would be his accomplice, if not... I don't think he has an accomplice. Leave Adrian Andrews hired at that point. That's right, it's 20 days ago. Did the calling card to Lord the Tailor 10 days before the heist doesn't mean you... after you begin security watch, right? Indeed. Is blah blah blah. That's true, it is kind of odd. Okay, what do I need to do here? This isn't another point of press, right? Like, press everything twice. But he doesn't really seem... I doubt he has an accomplice. Let's press everything again just to be sure. Indeed it is. That it is. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. Proves you committed the crime, huh? Oddly enough, I can't skip by this for some reason. Oh, I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard unless I had an accomplice. Alright. Come on, think long and hard about that night. Basement warehouse and this picture that supposedly captures it. Gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? Yes. Are you implying the picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. Took a long around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. There's something in this photo that doesn't match the memory of that night. Let's hear what you have to say. Over here. Funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. This is paint, actually. Pink paint, actually. Oh, it's just paint. And peach colored at that. Why is he disappointed? Judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. Problem with this photograph is not the paint. Problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. Turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright? What is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? This thing. Supervisor of Treasure Exhibit stated the following. And we have no record to prove this, but I'm saying it. But there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, golden statues happened to arrive from the main mountain training hall. I realized the statue would be the perfect size for covering up paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. Pink paint counts as blood in certain games. What games? Also what? I myself was there the night the theft took place, saw the statue in that spot. If the picture was truly taken on that night, that statue should be there. But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue in the old bag was sitting in the corner. The old bag? Wow, disrespectful to Amy. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It's also made of gold. It would take more than an accidental push to move that distance. Ha! In that case, could you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue moved that night? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Hope you prepared with the answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue the night of the crime? I guess this guy. One who moved the statue was none other than... Look at me! Come now, sir lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. What basis do you have for strange delusions? Wow. Very simple, and my delusions are not strange. Witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple, however. Why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? Even moving golden statues where the battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? You found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretended to be MaskDeMask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. Wow. That's why you moved the statue. Single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Where in this picture does the lie exist? The time, I guess? Naturally, the lie in the photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night of the question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. It's obvious. Would have been impossible for him to be a Lordly Tailor at this time. Yeah, I'm the ace detective now. Nothing to do with the statue being moved. Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Instead of, just mopping that paint up. Look at me had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim, and so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so what? That's a pretty weird, analogy there, Phoenix. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way it had to be in this photo. Gah! My glasses! I can't see without my glasses! Is this true? One moment, Your Honor! Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer that I apparently have for some reason. According to this, the camera did indeed go off the night of the crime. Objection! It's true that the camera had been set up by Lordly Tailor's staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would allow you to tamper with that data. Ah, my glasses again! Order in the court. Mr. Godo, what is the meaning of this? Meaning of this? More coffee. Warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial, which means I'm still good to the last straw. The defense has a good point, though. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on the road of infinite points. Get your points mixed up with your other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time. That statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, one point that can't be denied, which is that it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No way, don't fall for that. Hey, Mr. DeMask. Yes? There's no funny business in your actions as MaskDeMask. There should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. I think I already figured out where this is gonna go. Because he said in the thing that it was speckled. But he wouldn't have known that until taking it out. But he was sent it 10 days before. And other stuff. I first received the request from Lordly Tailor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Zivari! It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. Yep, there it is. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Zivari! I then handled security by myself to ensure the crime would go smoothly, by hiding behind a box, and it was totally not obvious at all. At last I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. Pretty much all the stuff we heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we'll find the truth hidden in the nuggets and new information he gave. No mistakes this time. Zivari! That is yes or no, but Zivari. Yeah, I think I know exactly where to go for this one. Well, let's press a little bit. Okay. Hold it! So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance of that warehouse. However, I, Luke Atme, had let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. You mean this calling card? That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card. Guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play to him. Now which one does this game want? That's the big question. Okay, calling card was a good thing. Mr. Atme, if you really are MaskDeMask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course! Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that MaskDeMask has written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true. But so what? Truth be told, there is no way MaskDeMask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? Yeah, there are, aren't there? These stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. Not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Wright. The day the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to a human error, or should I say error-prone human. Wow. Really laying down the harshness this game. Although I guess he's always like that. That's when the pink paint got into the urn. You can't be serious. Yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atme had seen the urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when the fake photo was taken. Why'd I start taking a drink while you were clearly shocking me to the core? Because this photo is fake, ignoring your question, your alibi for the night of the murder is no longer holds water, apparently. The urn probably holds water, though, although it's full of ash. Actually, I guess it's not, huh? I thought it was full of ash, but it was just holding that girl's soul, and, that's gone. Anything to say for yourself? Zavari? He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for victory pose. Huh? Ha! So sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday we all decided unanimously that this man was MaskDeMask. Now we're calling him a murderer. You were about to do the same thing. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way. Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. Say that Luke Atme was the one who killed Cain Bullard? Let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you marry murderous motive manifest? He's getting a second wind. Oh no. Prepare an alibi and pin this crime on Ron DeLite, as you say. He must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron DeLite. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Even though I have no idea what you're talking about. Without a motive, it's clearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Maybe you can enlighten us to what the defendant's motives were. Thank you, Sir Old-Timer. Doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, is maybe our only chance. Motive for murder. I, Luke Atme, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Cain Bullard decided to investigate MaskDeMask and simply mistook for who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron DeLite. It was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. DeLite for his betrayal. And Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is MaskDeMask. That's why Mr. DeLite saw it fit to kill Cain Bullard. Truly a tragedy. Victim Cain Bullard blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. Handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. That, or there's a really good computer out there. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. I feel like I'm going to have to press this one. He didn't give me the details I was looking for. Hold it. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. Eh? After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atme and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Mistook? That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take in error. That wasn't what I meant. To the victim, mistake MaskDeMask to be. Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course. Press harder. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for MaskDeMask? Don't you already know that? Zavari! Take a look at this newspaper. That's the famous Tear of Emanon, the magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? A victim clearly misread the article and Zavari. He got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact MaskDeMask. It was an unusual, reasonable deduction. You mean this blackmail letter right here? It says bring $50,000, and the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's. There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. Yeah, right? Like, honestly, Ron doesn't look that bad. I mean, the cinnamon bun curls are kind of weird, but he doesn't look that bad. I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere. An addressee? This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment. Mr. Delight did show up at a designated place and time. The fact that there is no addressee is irrelevant. I wonder. Just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Wasn't meant for Delight, and then he was like, "Oh no." For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling. There's something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? Yeah, just its hair makes me hungry. I want cinnamon buns. There we go. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme? Well, I suppose if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. You said this was addressed to Ron Delight. I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. Times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradiction evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Here's pretty good looking, I guess. Also, hello, Lori. Hope you're having a good night. What am I looking for here, though? What am I looking for here? I know I'm looking for that red diamond, but I don't think I have anything really about it, do I? Hmm. Let me look through everything again real quick. Reborn's gonna get upgraded again. 1 hour. I mean, the contradiction is in the blackmail letter, but 0.2 hours actually. He's almost 400 hours. I don't know what you're doing here, but... Okay, I've got nothing. I'm gonna say it's either this or... Yeah, you're right, 12 minutes? I should just quit now. Ah. Little 2-1 punch like that wouldn't even faze me. Objection! I think you mean 1-2 punch. Why are you objecting to that? Try thinking things through a little more for you. Okay. Figured that would be a wrong answer. Ouch. Sure felt that punch, Your Honor. Anyway, let's try reading the blackmail letter one more time. I know what the contradiction is. But that was our 5th hit. What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Zavari! KB Security has a lot of security info in all sorts of companies. Since I was security team chief, I stole data from the company. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive Mr. Delight, which is why I sent him that letter upon believing he was the thief. Here's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office, evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, isn't this a bit odd? Why'd the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money, even though he wasn't actually MaskDeMask? At that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Do you really think that story's gonna hold up? That assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Rhonda thinks he's MaskDeMask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Wasn't that a good impression? Well, Mr. Wright. Was he trying to act like Mrs. Delight just now? I thought he was actually pretty convincing. Wow. Maybe I should have done that a little better. Now it's just your imagination talking. Come now, sir lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, a result of carefully applied reasoning. Hear that carefully applied reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story and better saved for another time. Very well. Another time. So-called long stories aren't usually that long. At least not in my experience. I'm gonna try to connect Detective Atme to Mr. Bullard, right? Guess I better... No surgery either. Talk about the blackmail. Okay. I don't think I pressed this one. Nope, I did press this one, okay. Press harder. Zavari! Maybe I need to point out this picture? I'll try that, why not? I got nothing to lose. Objection! I've asked you a few questions again. Well, if it's just a few again. It is on his right hand, so let's see. Contradicting evidence in the blackmail letter. Mango. Is it the list or is it the... Let's see. The list or is it the picture? That's the big question. I'm gonna go with the list. I think the list actually makes more sense. Oh. Yep. They changed the thing? Now it's Foo Fun? What? I preferred Mango. Ouch. Only had a thing that said he received the... I presented this Kane's list, because it doesn't say anything about the red gem. Because I don't have anything that says, hey, there's a red gem on this guy's finger. And that's what I know is what the game wants me to say, but I don't know what it wants me to actually say. Like, I know that's the dot, but I don't know where the line is. If I get hit again... I'm assuming it has to be the picture, right? Because the picture is the only thing that really shows his hand. Press this again, just because. Okay, I already did this twice, actually. Bad. Leave it. Can't stand to hear any more of this long-winded stories. Oh, I'm pressing further for now. That's fine. Please continue your testimony. Oh, I was looking forward to one of his long-winded stories. Yeah, it's nice that the star is there. Press this one again. Zavari! I'm kinda surprised this guy knows about that. Alright, let's just go with it. Objection! If it's just a few, alright. Like, I know what the contradiction is, but whatever. Actually, let's read the thing again. Want your true identity revealed to the world? Come to KV Security at 1 AM on October 12th, bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. I have nothing. I have no real idea, do I? Well, I guess I'll just go with the newspaper clipping, and that'll be my last really good guess on this. Take this, I guess. Okay, good. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping, and don't give me any lipping. It contains a picture of the tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel. Problem is the jewel's collar. Collar? I'm not much for discussing collar myself. According to the clipping, the collar of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, the totally different jewel is mentioned. I feel like that's a really bad way to go about this. I feel like mentioning the red jewel just not being on the list, whatever. Take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tear of Emanon that MaskDeMask stole at all. Plus, it says the other day. He received that like a while ago. Whatever. Your point is, Mr. Tribble? So you're trying to say the blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That's what you're trying to say, right, Tribble? That's what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, is that what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes. Answer 3 questions at once. This is who Kane Bullard is actually blackmailing, this guy. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You've been personally involved in every single MaskDeMask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen, and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? You mean that one he's been holding on his hand this entire case? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. The red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. I knew it. Order, I say. Objection. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Tribble. Uh-oh. I don't like the way he said that. Why is he smoking? Hope it's not like an actual cigarette or anything. Does kind of look like there's one sticking into his headset, though. Kane Bullard back blackmailing Luke at me? Are you for real? Yeah, I am. Pretty sure I'm real. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. It certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge, an identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? It's his mask? Okay, that's good. Coffee is one thing, but cigarettes? That's just not nice. Can't make a justice pun, because that was the last game. Atme killed Kane Bullard because he knew he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep a secret? It all comes down to, Nick. The identity of Luke Atme wanted to desperately keep secret was identity as a blackmailer. Luke Atme was a blackmailer.
Objection!
Objection! Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Can't make another justice joke until Apollo Justice? Are you saying Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? I have to admit, that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. Did you start to receive the blackmail letters starting after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. After that, I started getting the plans sent in the mail. I received plans from some kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans, in which case that would mean that Ron Delight was actually MaskDeMask. That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal targets for him. That someone was none other than Luke Atme. Silence! Now I see it's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you know? I was gonna say that sounds pretty Phoenix-like. You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight, in which case I would naturally know all about his relation to MaskDeMask. Well, yeah. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know Ron Delight was MaskDeMask? This one, I guess? I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. Seems that MaskDeMask didn't just disappear into thin air. He took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket, otherwise known as a trash can. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't pull a baby, let alone an ace detective. That's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, MaskDeMask was really Ron Delight. Cool. He's supposed to be MaskDeMask? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. What a ripoff. I can't believe I paid good money to be here. Can't believe he was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud, trying to pass himself off as an ace detective. Got an ace detective right there. His name is Phoenix Wright. Why, how dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also MaskDeMask. Why can't you understand that? No. Afraid you were neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That's your true identity. Why, how dare you even... I can't read any of these. I say, none of you can compare to my genius. You're all jealous. Discriminate, criminate. Ace detective cannot handle blackmail, murder threats. I'll get away with it all. Ha ha ha, enough to make one laugh. Ugh. I can't read all that fast. It would seem we finally gotten to the real answer. I didn't use this list thing at all. It was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Bailiff, please for sell Mr. Atme. Objection. My 17th cup, probably. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I've already prepared to deliver my sentence. In fact, that wasn't. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge with my hammer of bitterness. I'll get more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. Where do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't the lordly tailor the night of the murder. That's right, that's what the one Mr. But there's still one thing you've yet to prove. Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, I'll see how a verdict can be delivered. This is it. This is the final round. Gotta prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office that night. That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. Right, Luke Atme was at KB security, and then the fence... Well, obviously I have to say I can prove it. The fence can prove it. With evidence. Are you sure? Ha! Don't you worry. I'll watch over you as you break down and fall to pieces. Let's see this proof. Atme was at KB security that night. Well, I guess it would have to be... I guess it would have to be this. It's true, that is very important. However, I'm not so foolish to think that will pass its evidence here. Wow, I guess it was wrong. Time you learn the true flavor of life. Ow. Flavor of my special Godot Blend 49. Well, Mr. Wright, it's bitter. Very bitter. Ow. Yeah, there's another hit, I guess. That was a big one, too. Don't give up now. What do I do? Making a mistake here, it's over. So can I not prove it? Alright, let's look through the evidence real quick. Proof that he was there. This thing? Wouldn't really make any sense, though. Ah, of course. It must be the badge. Yes. So can I not prove it? I only ask, can I prove it? I feel like we'll be hitting a wall and I'll probably die if I keep butting my head against this wall. No, it can't be that. I don't know. It's like I do want to figure it out for myself, but at the same time, I'm not sure. I just want to know, can I prove it right now? If I can prove it right now, then I'll give it some more major thought. This is another one of those you have to fail to win things, in which case, like, darn it, game. Always answer truthfully. So I can't prove it, I guess? I don't know. Doesn't seem like I can. I don't have any major things. That point to him being there. But I don't have anything that says he wasn't there either. I feel like the torn thing could have... whatever. You know what? Just in case. Just in case I die from this. I can't prove it. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But, if we hear more of Detective Atmy's testimony... Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Tratt. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony, that's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atmy is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for the witness to return to his own trial, and face his guilty verdict as MaskDeMask, even though that was proven to be false? Well now, Sir Lawyer, seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as MaskDeMask. My verdict will verify that, just as Ron Delight's verdict will verify that he's the true murderer. I declare that with full force of my ace detectiveness. It's enough deliberation with this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look forward to more evidence, and it'll be too late. Why? Then Delight will be in double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. Fundamental rule in all courts. It applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atmy will be found guilty in the matter of minutes. Guilty as MaskDeMask, which means be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way. The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmy's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer. Wah! Oh no. Not that pose. There's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even if Ron's proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atme, will go free. Alright, where's the Mia? Where's the Mia? Mia Maya. Cross-examine every statement the witness has made here today. As long as there is no more room for testimony, I have no deal to declare. There will be no further testimony of this witness. Are there any objections? Well, he did just say something. I testify, or I cross-examine that. Hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme.
Objection!
Objection? I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you? Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice. No way. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia. This is the true power of the Korean channeling technique. Right, it's the first time we've seen this in this game, huh? I know it's really Maya who's standing before me. Right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey. With black hair instead of brown hair. Now, let's do this. Nothing more we can do, Mia. Not any testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. Testimony's not over yet. Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. Cross-examine every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, witness made a number of remarks. Mrs. Rhonda Light will verify as high voice. I'm giving her the voice she has in-game. In which case, yeah, a little bit. She did seem to have that kind of lazy, I don't know if lazy. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. I was gonna say my voice is terrible. But, yeah, her game voice did seem a little high. I guess it is the first time I've heard it, huh? I didn't even give that a thought. Or is it the first time? I feel like we heard it in the first game, didn't we? Well, at any rate, as long as the witness has made remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godo? Ah, nothing. That was weird. Oh, Sir Lawyer, it seems like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods would do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godo, what are you... I feel like she did object to something before, though. To cross-examine your earlier remarks, the defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please give us one last bit of testimony. This is it. This is our absolute last chance. The last testimony. Indeed, it is true I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me the true culprit was Rhonda Light. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if it sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. How do you know these things? Mr. Delight was wearing his MaskDeMask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. Testimony actually seems to hold up. How does that hold up pretty well at all? Do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. They contradict everything. But of course. How'd you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. I always look over the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? Will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Not proposed to lose at me trial any longer. Your last chance. Hang on a sec. One last chance? Ha! Seems the party is about to begin. And the evidence that contradicts. What's so much evidence? What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. You can't point out a case-breaking contradiction. You lose. That's all there is to it. Cup number 17, the last cup. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. Also, I am totally buzzed off 17 cups of coffee. Fatal contradiction is testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Because all I can do is find the contradicting remark and press it. Only get one chance. Please begin your final cross-examination. Just in case we die. I don't care about any of that. Who cares? Let me go with this one. Mr. Atme, about this last remark. Objection. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Try? Isn't it time to be pressing the witness on every little statement? I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven. That this scum was in Kane Bullard's office that night, and now, time for me to drink my last cup. Mr. Wright, I will hold you to your end of the bargain. Wow. Okay, guess I just got blown up. That's enough. Is that really just the end? Wow. That is a little dumb. I had to do it without pressing evidence, but I have evidence that... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but I don't understand why I have only one chance. If I had to guess, it might be the one where it's like the killer pressed it. Why would he press it?
Objection.
Okay, maybe not. He was in the office. That's what I need to prove, okay? This is definitely not a sane universe. That's very accurate. But, at the same time, like, there are so many contradictions in what he's saying. Like, the buzzer only sounded once. How would he know that? But did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? He wouldn't know that either. He was not here for that. Which means the killer sounded. But why did the killer? I guess he wouldn't know this either. Let's press this one. Why not? Who cares?
Objection.
Objection. Oh, I was about to load that one too. Maybe there's one that still doesn't get it, Mr. Godo. What? Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. Thing is, he still didn't know about... He shouldn't have known about 5 other things there, but whatever. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his MaskDeMask outfit. Is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you are a fool. Wow. Francisco would be so proud. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? It is not possible to learn the others. For some reason I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as MaskDeMask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my 6th cup was looking at me with a cold stare. There is a public court record, I can accept that, but he wouldn't have had time to read it. He was brought in here right away, so it doesn't make any sense that he would know all this stuff. Plus, if there's a public court record, how do you not know about this? I forget to mention it before. I'm sorry, I've never had a chance to mention it up until now. So I don't know, I feel like the game wanted me to go on one road, but it put 5 roads in front of me. The defendant has yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There's no way you should have known about that. Aye! I'm not good at the yells, apparently. You were in the next courtroom being tried as MaskDeMask. Enlighten us, how did you know about that piece of information? Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. Objection. As those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his MaskDeMask outfit. There's one and only one way where Detective Atme have found that out. Only one way, you say? Please remember, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, I was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. Objection! Mr. Delight never saw him. There's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme. Objection again! Here's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now if you turn that statement around, it sounds to follow the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Who could have seen that coming? You saw MaskDeMask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Why is everything exploding? Yowie. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho, hee hee hee. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight, and claimed to be guilty of MaskDeMask in order to escape his cruel crime. And to that end, he came up with his plan. He used the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. Anyway, we finally found the truth. Excuse me. Came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there, still. Why wouldn't he be? He's standing there the whole time. Got the verdict. I know. Never committed any murder. I guess double jeopardy is gonna come into play with the thief thing too, because like he was proven innocent of being MaskDeMask, and now he's gonna be proven innocent again. I really am MaskDeMask. Huh? But thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. Maybe tried for twice for the crime in which he was once found innocent. MaskDeMask is really innocent. For now. It would seem so. Court finds the defendant. Yeah, victory. We did it. Confetti everywhere. And then he steals that too. Boy, this is really lucky. Or wait, no, this isn't good after all. You see, the thing is, I still have MaskDeMask. Defendant lobby number 4. You did it, Nick. Been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kinda lost these days. Thinking about becoming the master of the Curian Channeling School. Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. You Misty Faye. Oh, yeah, I guess I can watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Well then, see you around. Mia. Ah, Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say, except maybe thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Light. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all this has happened. Congrats, Reborn. That was the real victory here, I guess. Let's be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared of the murder charge and got off MaskDeMask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming MaskDeMask. I did it all for one reason, for her. And your wife, Desiree? 50 hours away. And then you get revived. Yeah, you've been a zombie this whole time, by the way. Hope you don't mind that. She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how much she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but... once I get fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought there would be a reason for me for sure. To leave me for sure. That's why you became MaskDeMask. Yes, but it's all over now. Broken Bowl can never be put back together. A broken urn got put back together. Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? I kinda wish you'd check with me first. Do I present the urn or the urn? I guess this one. Sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Mr. Light, you did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you, I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. Never imagined you were really MaskDeMask either. What are you gonna do now that you know? You're not gonna really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Hmm? Oh! I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them. Like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi, that's adorable. Really love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yeah? Really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. Never forget what you've done for me. Or us. Take care of yourself. Don't let Larry attack you. You too, Nicky boy. Feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, way to go. Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife, in front of Mystic Maya. No, you got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you, never, ever, out. Well, another murder case to be solved. But who's gonna believe a little girl took out a top lawyer? Case came close, so did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl could never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Oh, that's nice. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. I don't know about even better than before, but it looks good. The Stolen Turnabout, the end. And now we have recipe for a turnabout. Oh, it's gonna be cooking, isn't it? This is all your fault, Sivia, obviously, because you were watching Shokugeki no Soma or whatever. Save the game. And that will be it for today, I think. Recipe is also good. I don't know about that. Anyways, that's going to be it for today, guys. So, as I said, this was going to be 4 hours, and look, we're 3 minutes away. But we got to the end of this whole scenario, which was a lot of twists and turns. It was interesting for sure. I think the only issue I had was probably the end, where it was like, oh, prove these 15 contradictions. But, you know, that happens. At any rate, put that over there. Thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. And hopefully my bad voice acting did not hemorrhage your ears. It is kind of weird that we didn't learn what the murder weapon was, though. I mean, I guess it might have just been his fist. He did have a diamond on it, after all. But, you know, whatever. It's fine. I don't know about that, Sivia. I know I can't do many voices. All of them sound the same. Except maybe this one. But heh. What can you do when you have to drink a lot of coffee, but have this voice? But anyways, that's going to be it for tonight, everybody. No, but still, if it's bad, it's bad. Alright? But regardless, that's going to be it again for tomorrow. Or for today. Tomorrow. I'm glad to hear that, pal. Good to know that at least one character I can make do with is, being appreciated really well, pal. But thanks again for watching, everybody. And I will see you probably Saturday for Starbound. Heard audiobooks with worse voice acting? I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. To be honest, I always thought of like just having a stream where I just read a book or something, but then I run to the flaw of, well, for one, I'm already reading a book, kind of. I just say whatever comes to mind, you know? But then we get into the problem where I have to curse, and it's like, I don't want to curse. It does mean it's bad voice acting. But anyways, once again, that'll be it for tonight. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later. And if you missed any of it, it'll be on YouTube in probably a day. So I'll see you later.